Everyone says your business should start a podcast, but should you really here in 2025? Because let's face it, podcasting really isn't what it used to be. The bar is higher, the formats are evolving, and the biggest winners aren't just recording podcasts anymore, they're building shows. And stick around to the end of the video because I'm going to reveal something that could save you months of wasted time and heartache and save a lot of negative brand exposure for you, your brand, and your company. So let's talk numbers for a second. There are now more than 500 million podcast listeners globally, and it's growing all the time. But here's the kicker. More than 60% of the top 100 podcasts now include video. And this is no accident, right? YouTube and Spotify are heavily investing in video-first content and podcasting. And short-form clips across all social channels are the ways a lot of podcasts are being discovered today. The kind of two dudes with a beard on the couch podcast clip on TikTok, it's not just content, that's lead generation on autopilot for your podcast, which could be the biggest kind of content asset for your brand. Podcasting isn't dying, it's really evolving. This is the third generation of podcasting from my perspective, and I've been doing this about 12 years. And so in 2025, it's the year of the video show. But I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. Do you listen to podcasts just audio, or do you like watching them on something like YouTube? Love to hear from you. Drop a comment in below. So really the question is, should your brand and your business start a podcast here in 2025? If your company sells high trust services, does B2B marketing or sales, and wants to build brand authority, then yeah, a podcasting can be a game changer when it comes to growing your business. And here's why. We call it the authority flywheel effect. You build authority by sharing your expertise consistently week after week across several different channels. You build trust because your audience gets to hear your voice, your tone, your beautiful face. And you create evergreen content often that can be repurposed across a bunch of different channels and is just as relevant now as it will be 2 years from now. I don't know of another way to create content today that really matters that checks all those boxes. But let's take like a consulting firm we worked with recently. They launched a podcast in their kind of B2B space, released weekly episodes, and within 6 months, we're seeing about 40% increase in qualified sales calls and leads to their business. And a lot of those leads reference, I saw you on YouTube or I heard you on a podcast. It's not luck, it's just being smart about positioning yourself in front of your ideal audience. Now let's be real. Not every business should jump on the podcasting bandwagon. I really don't think so. If you're looking for overnight results or some growth hack, or if you don't have time or a team to stay consistent, it really might not be the right move for you. The reality is most podcasts don't make it past 7 episodes. We even have a name for it. It's called pod fade. And it's because people usually launch without a plan or a system in place. And I don't want that to happen to you. Don't start a podcast just because it's trendy and you get a wild hair. Start because it aligns with your brand, your bandwidth, and your kind of larger content strategy for how you're going to grow your brand and your business. So we all know the old playbook was we'll record audio, upload it to Apple Podcasts or Spotify, and post one a week. Sound familiar? It just doesn't work anymore. In 2025, the big winners are creating video-first shows, and here's why. The first is really short-form video clips, and the unlock of short-form video that a video-first podcast really delivers on. Instagram, TikTok, YouTube Shorts. It builds trust through body language, expression, and environment, unlike anything else. I'm a big audio guy, but video trumps it here. And it's a psychological thing. Viewers and customers, we have data, are more likely to buy from someone they feel connected to, and there's nothing like video to really accelerate that connection process. We even have some customers who are coming to us saying, hey, I want to start a podcast only to create short form content from. It's blowing my mind, but it happens. And I think it happens because they know the power of the podcast format, even if the episode wasn't really the goal, but was kind of the byproduct, and short form was the goal all along. It's kind of crazy, but it's effective for them. So just knowing what your goal is really the point here. And so I want to pause here and check in, because if you're thinking, okay, Craig, this sounds great, but like, how do I start? What's the next step? I'm in over my head and I haven't even gotten started yet. Step 1, niche down, right? Instead of just marketing tips, think about content marketing for law firms. Pick specific wins in an area that you can specialize in and really stand out. The next is the format, right? Are you going to go solo? Are you going to have guests? Are you going to have a roundtable or a co-host? What works for you, your audience, and a way to showcase your expertise. The next, and I can't emphasize this enough, is please don't over-stress and obsess about gear. Get you a $100 mic, put your iPhone up, and start recording today. It'll get better, I promise, but what you have there is definitely good enough to launch. The next big unlock for me has been batch recording. I record videos like this, honestly, a couple at a time, so I don't have to get the lights on and fancy and do my hair every day or every week. I'll record maybe once a week for the whole month, and then I don't have to think about it anymore. The next is repurposing. I talked about this, we referenced another video, but turn every episode into several different pieces of content across several different channels and places where your ideal customers are hanging out. And if this all just feels overwhelming, I get it, and you don't have to do this alone. At Castos Productions, we specialize in done-for-you podcasting for businesses. We handle the entire editing and production process, create all of the repurposed assets I mentioned to promote your show effectively. I talk about this all in this video right here, so all you have to do is show up, record your content, show your expertise, and we take care of the rest. If you want a professional podcast without all the stress and guesswork, check out castos.com/productions, link in the description below to learn more and see how we can help. I mentioned this authority flywheel concept before, and I really want to dig into it. And here's how it works and how we make it work at Castos Productions. The first is we turn your long form episodes into short clips so you can post on social several times a week in between episode releases. The next is we help you identify this story that you're telling and how each episode is a pillar to support that concept and that story arc that you're telling over a series of episodes. We create a blog post and email blast for you to promote the episode to your existing customers. And the podcast really enables sales a lot of time to show kind of who you are, what you do, what you stand for, and the position you take in your market. You know, smart businesses aren't just creating episodes, they're turning each episode and each piece of content into its own standalone asset that is a representation of your brand. So just to wrap, podcasting is still one of the most powerful brand building tools, if done right, in 2025. But it requires strategy, consistency, and a clear audience focus. So if your business can commit to showing up every week with value, podcasting can help you attract, engage, and convert your ideal customers at scale. But you're busy, I get it. And if you'd rather focus on your business and growing your business, but still get the benefits of a high-value podcast, let our team do the heavy lifting for you. At Castos Productions, we have more than 10 years of creating elite B2B podcasts for some of the leading brands out there, and we take care of everything from editing to distribution to growth strategy. Whether you're launching from scratch or scaling up a show, we've got your back. Head over to castos.com/productions to learn more and book a free consultation with myself and our team to see how we can help. But in the end, I want to hear from you. Are you planning to launch a podcast here in 2025? If so, tell us in the comments below what your biggest question or fear is, and we'd love to help.